Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, the sports director at Flag Family Media, and I'm here now at West Fargo Horace with the head coach of the football team, Harvey McMahon. How are you doing today, Coach?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Just prepping for our first week here.
Man, and you're looking at this. You've helped build this program from the ground up. JV the last 2 seasons, and now Friday night at 7 p.m., the first varsity game against Fargo North. How jacked up are these guys, and how jacked up are you as well?
Yeah, I mean, we talk as a team, and we've talked about, taking it all in steps and perspective and understanding that, a varsity game is the next step in our progression as a program. So super excited. The kids are ready to roll. And overall, it's just keeping that big picture and understanding that this is a big step for us, and we need to go out there and we have to make a great first impression.
When you're looking at how young this team is as well, because you're going to have majority underclassmen, juniors, and on down from that perspective, and you guys had your first scrimmage a week ago playing against some of the schools. Here now, when your team gets out onto that field on Friday night, how confident are you that the maturity level of that team is going to be there and ready to go pop some pads?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we look at the accumulation of what we've done the last 2 years, going into this game, there's going to be unknowns. They've never taken a real varsity snap. Certainly we've done things in the summer that you could count as varsity snaps, and then our scrimmages, but that's exactly that. It's summer stuff and scrimmages. So this will be the real deal for us, and the big thing is being able to count on each other and using that camaraderie that we've built to handle the successes, the adversity, and everything that comes in between in a varsity football game.
It's early on in the season now. We're still in August, but knowing that you have that first game in a couple days, you've had that first scrimmage, you guys have played a couple years of JV ball and now into varsity ball, how rewarding is it for you and your coaching staff to realize, hey, you know what? These kids have just started to build something and we get to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty, and that's one of the reasons why I took the job in the first place was, not necessarily the wins and losses, those first couple years with the freshman JV deal, but the ability to build something from the ground up and kind of create something in the image of the coaching staff and these kids and these parents. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a really cool deal, and like I said, we really look forward to taking this next step.
When you're looking at how this 2022 season could potentially unfold for you, I mean, you're going to go through lots of ups and downs for sure with a whole heck of a lot of firsts in it. What are you most looking forward to as a coach in this season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to our growth, as a program with the players. I'm really excited to see how we respond in certain situations. And I'm excited to see how these kids take a varsity level game plan, a varsity level practice, and then varsity level snaps in a game. I really think the growth in these kids is going to be a big indicator on our successes here.
What makes this season successful for you guys? If I can get that word out, that's been a tough word for me the last week or two. Minus just the wins and the losses, of course, that's what a lot of people look at. But what beyond that makes this season successful?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the building the program piece, and the kids, the coaching staff, we all know, wins and losses are going to take care of themselves. It doesn't matter if you go 9-0, it doesn't matter if you go 0-9. When you're building a program, you got to look at the growth of it. I mean, that's really how you determine success. And so, retention of players and the building a schedule and making things just a little bit more comorbid, and that's across the entire program. That's really how we're going to be successful. We know we're young, but at the same token, we're going to show up at every game and we're going to compete our tails off expecting to win, just like any other varsity program would in the state.
I had a chance before our conversation here just to watch practice for a few minutes. You guys do a little bit of defense and a little bit of offense with the scout on the other side. But when you were going through some of those offensive plays, and you can kind of tell, you know what, they were starting to pick up schemes, some of the different things scouting. I mean, you can tell that some of these guys, they are ready to go, and they just want to throw on those shoulder pads and go and pop some pads. What can you just say to the leadership of some of those guys who they're underclassmen, but they understand that they're going to have a leadership role in this team, and they're taking it real seriously real early on?
And, that kind of builds off the last one is, how do you determine success this year? And one of those is that leadership piece and the buy-in piece. Again, how we determine success this year is 100% buy-in, and that's we pride ourselves right now that every single kid that we have on our team that steps on the field is 100% committed to the football team and 100% committed to the season. And so, I think you're seeing some of that in the practice. Is they're excited. They're a great group of kids. They are ready to roll, and it's been 2 years. They deserve every minute of it. So, I'm going to make sure I tell them, take a second, look around, soak in those Friday night lights, and then it's back to what we know, and that's work. That's what we know.
Last thing I have for you here this evening is when you've been able to watch some of these guys grow the last couple of years, when you've been able to see some of the leaders develop, do you have a young man or two on this team that you can say, hey, you know what, I'm confident. I think they're going to be breaking out this year. The EDC is going to realize it real quick, or is it kind of a whole team thing and just trying to figure out as you go as well, kind of like a lot of us are?
Yeah, I mean, I could go through a ton of names, specifically my juniors, but I'll leave it as it's a team thing, and this is an opportunity for anybody. I mean, we're going to be starting freshmen and freshmen to juniors. They are all going to have an opportunity to get their name out there and do the work as they wish. So, I'm not going to go name drop a bunch of kids, but certainly the work it will speak for itself.
Hey, that's awesome. Coach, thanks for a couple minutes of your time today. We'll be at your game Friday night. We'll be at another game or two throughout this fall. I can't wait to watch the Horace Hawks run into that field. Good luck to you moving forward.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Big Game James McCarty. Have a great rest of your day.